This is Tech Tales 15, May 20th, 6:50 p.m. in the evening. On a Monday, over the weekend, I worked on Dee Dee's computer over here, and I worked on the SJP Pest Control Company laptop. I did some recordings on that laptop, the diagnostics on it. It was kind of interesting. In short, I reformatted the hard drive, installed fresh Windows 10 on it, and found that it was still running pretty slowly. When I run various diagnostic tests on it, I found that the hard drive was performing very slow. There were some things that it was quick and responsive for. There were some things that it was slow for, and it pretty well made sense when I concluded that it was a hard drive issue, or at least partly a hard drive issue. I installed a SSD hard drive in the computer and transferred an image of the mechanical hard drive. So I made an image backup of the mechanical hard drive using Macrium Reflect backup to an external hard drive, installed the new hard drive, and then restored the image to that SSD hard drive. And it performed much better. To give you the short numbers that were useful is when I used Glary Utilities to check on the startup time after that fresh installation of Windows 10, I found that it was something to the effect of 2 minutes, 20 seconds to start up, which is very, very long. Once I put in the SSD hard drive, it was then starting up in about 30 seconds. The CPU in this computer is an older, slower CPU running at, 1.4 megahertz, something like that. I'm not entirely convinced that that's the sole cause of sluggishness that I still find. I still intend to do a little more diagnostics with it. There's times when it's really high CPU utilization that I don't think it should be that high, but yet I'm finding some justification to believe that it is because of the way Windows 10 operates and web browsers operate. I'd like to do a little more testing on that yet. On Sunday, yesterday, I went to the PW Law office and installed a rack mount battery backup. I had a couple issues with that. I don't have recordings of those issues, so I'm not going to be able to show you that way. The issues, let's see, actually I think I've got notes here of those issues. Oh yeah, well there was a problem with the screw holes in the rack that they've been painted over so that it's really hard to get the screws in. So I'm going to purchase a tap and clean out those threads. And there was another issue. Well, let's see, I replaced and rearranged cables and then installed the power management software. Oh yes, it's there are two servers involved. So I was using this UPS to connect to the power supply for one of the power supplies on each of the two servers. And I'll be installing a second battery backup to connect to the other power supply on each of these two servers. Each of these servers has two power supplies. And you can disconnect or shut off one power supply and the computer still runs on the other power supply. The monitoring software installed fine on one of the two servers. Both of these servers have Windows Server 2008 R2 with a Service Pack 2. However, one of the servers I noticed has an outdated version of Internet Explorer. And I'm suspecting that's the reason why the monitoring software failed to install on it. Well, I'm ran short on time, so I'm going to be going back to that task. Today was a fairly quiet day as far as client service calls. I had grandpa duty this afternoon with my 5-year-old grandson Braden. Picked him up at school and we went out to run an errand and we went to AAA to drop off some license plates that I had left over from when I put my personalized plates on my car back in 2012. So we were going to find the AAA office, and he said, "Don't they make batteries?" AAA batteries? Yeah, they do. Well, that's similar name but different company. And then we went out for yogurt. He said he wanted to go to Froyo. I said, "Oh, you mean frozen yogurt?" He says, "No, Froyo." I said, "Well, I think that's frozen yogurt." "No, it's Froyo." By the end of the experience, he finally decided, yeah, it's frozen yogurt. So then when I took him home, and this is part of the reason why I guess I talk about Braden, I came back with this. This is the leash for their dog. There's actually a point to showing you this. This is the type of mindset that makes for a good computer technician. If you're the type of person that just sees something broken and you want to fix it, and you want to explore the technology of whatever that device is, well, this is broken up here and the strap got wrapped around the axle in here, and I tried for a while I was there and decided to bring it home and use my computer tools to see if I can fix this. Now, it's on one hand a waste of time, not a time efficient thing for me to be doing with my time, but it's part of the mindset of a person who makes a good computer technician, is to see a problem and want to figure out how to solve it. And that's what the job is. It's not knowing how to solve problems, it's knowing how to figure out how to solve problems and enjoying that challenge. So that'll do it for today's update. Have a good day. See ya.